Sometimes there are things in our lives that are disappointing or heartbreaking, but something like heavenly album covers is always satisfying and will never leave you with an empty feeling, because heavenly album covers is really all you need. And here we are looking at a SHAUN Cassidy album. We're going to do about we're going to do exactly 3 episodes featuring people like SHAUN Cassidy, Leif Garrett, and Captain and Tennille, and we're going to look at their 1977 albums. I was at the swap meet yesterday, and the very first pile of records I saw were SHAUN Cassidy, Leif Garrett, and Captain and Tennille albums, and the seller just waved at me and he said, "Just take the albums for free," and my eyes lit up, and I did take these albums for free from the swap meet seller, and I gave him $3 on the way out just for fun and just to show my appreciation. So we're going to look at these SHAUN Cassidy, Leif Garrett, and Captain and Tennille albums in these next 3 episodes, including this episode right here. We are going to do in the future a very lengthy expose on the album covers of the famous band The Clash, and this special episode is called The Clash, the band that never made a good album cover, that never had a good album cover. And this is a little teaser right here. Let me back up on this image here. And our position here at Heavenly Album Covers is that The Clash never really had a great album cover. They had decent album covers and even some mediocre album covers. But just as a teaser, this album, London Calling, is simply a parody. It's a knockoff of the Elvis Presley album that looks exactly like this, with the same style of lettering, and this Clash album has The Clash written up here at the top, but the only big difference is that the Elvis Presley album has Elvis Presley on the cover, and this album has the bass player from The Clash just about to break his bass on the stage floor. And our position is that this Clash album is simply the Elvis Presley album with a different picture in the middle. So very little thought and prescience went into this album cover. Therefore, it is not really even a good album cover. It's just kind of a passable album cover. Also, the Clash did not carry on the Elvis Presley motif onto the back cover. They just did their own thing, so they didn't even really maintain proper parody stature here. So let's get on with SHAUN Cassidy, and just remember, we are going to have a Clash special episode about how they never had good album covers sometime in the future, probably in a couple of weeks. And here indeed is SHAUN Cassidy. I'm going to have to take a sip of coffee. Summer is almost here, so the summer breeze gets into my mouth and makes my throat dry. And SHAUN Cassidy, I believe, is the brother of David Cassidy, and perhaps the son of Shirley Jones and Jack Cassidy. I might be wrong with the genealogy there, but let's zoom in tiny bit, and I think the lighting is absolutely perfect here. These days, SHAUN Cassidy is a writer, a producer. He still acts. He's an actor, and when he was younger, he signed a music contract. He signed a big music contract with Mike Curb over at Warner Brothers Records. Mike Curb was a wheeler and a dealer, success as a music organizer. And later on in SHAUN Cassidy's music career, he had a big #1 hit with Da Do Ron Ron hit single. Much later on, he teamed up with Todd Rundgren and Utopia. He put out an album called Wasp, which I believe we have covered here on Heavenly Album Covers. And so Shaun Cassidy is still around. He's a teen idol, or he was a teen idol when he was a teen. And now he's older, but he still does stuff in the entertainment industry. And this is his 1977 album, I think. It might be 1978. And it's called Under Wraps. And here we have Shaun Cassidy behind some clear plastic, looks like heavy wrapping plastic or packing plastic. And he's pushing his hands outwards towards the viewer. It's as if he is behind the shrink wrap of his own album, and he's working hard to free himself from this plastic covering here. His visage, his facial expression is one of plainness. He doesn't look very affected or worried that he's behind this plastic wrap. The lettering here at the top is playful. It looks like maybe Scotch tape or wrapping material up here. So they do carry on the general theme of being wrapped up and being under wraps. And let's zoom in a little bit on Shaun Cassidy's face here. He was a very good-looking guy as a kid. I believe he is still good-looking. He really was a big teen idol and a Tim idol and a teen idol and a term idol for a long time, and then he grew up. So let's look at the back here. It completely maintains the theme of being under wraps, and I can pull that away here. You actually see the back of Shaun Cassidy's head here, and it's a very peculiar shot. His hair looks very not real. It doesn't look like real hair. It looks like a wig or something. It doesn't look like Shaun Cassidy's hair. And he's wearing a little pinky ring here. The song titles are up here. This was produced by Michael Lloyd, and the art direction was by John Kabalka, who we have seen on this channel before, designed by Brad Kanawar, and photography by Tony Costa. And let's find the date again here. No, it's not here. I think it was 1978, 77. And we open up the inner sleeve, and here's all the lyrics. I'm not sure if Shaun Cassidy wrote any of the songs. It looks like he did. Looks like he's written quite a few of the songs. And here's a song, It's Like Heaven, written by Brian Wilson, and Brian Wilson's wife wrote that song. And so there's no other pictures of Shaun Cassidy. You can actually join the Shaun Cassidy fan club here in Beverly Hills. And some really concise liner notes. This seems quite warped. Let's look at the album itself. And it's kind of warped out, but it'll play. And I've never owned, and we've never had Shaun Cassidy albums in the Heavenly album cover presents, so that's really nice. Let's get the second Shaun Cassidy album here that we're looking at. And again, this is the 1977 album. The other one was the 1978 album. This album is called Born Late. I'm not sure how a person can be born late, but Shaun Cassidy claims on this album cover that he was born late. And let's zoom in. Shaun Cassidy looks extremely relaxed. He's got that same kind of blank stare on his face. If you compare the two, there's Shaun Cassidy, and he's kind of got that kind of a disaffected stare on his face. He's a little bit happier here, and he looks like he's wearing a tennis outfit. There's a very strange looking part of a white grand piano here. I don't know why. And his sleeves are rolled up. This copy has some watermark on it. The lettering is kind of Art Deco, kind of simple. And you always know definitely when a artist had a lot of success when his record company or her record company gave them a gatefold. And this album does have a gatefold. This looks like SHAUN Cassidy again. There's a piano. It's possible that this is connected to the piano on the front of the album. And there's some more kind of mildew down here, some moss growing. And again, you can join the SHAUN Cassidy fan club. And it looks like we have this vinyl is slightly warped, so I think that's it. And that is SHAUN Cassidy, 2 of his albums, to get this little 3-part series going. It's like a lightning storm here.